Welcome to Soul Flow Sunday morning meditation. This meditation is going to be about self-awareness. That has been the theme for my page this week, and so I am going to do a meditation for you guys connected to that theme for the week. So go ahead and get yourself settled, whatever that means for you. If that is sitting down with crossed legs on like a cushion or blankets or whatever's comfortable. I always sit on a cushion to do this because if I sit long enough, it's way more comfortable to have something underneath your sits bones, but you do you. You can lie down, you can sit in a chair, you can sit propped up against a wall or something more comfortable and supportive if you need to do that, if you're having back issues. Anything that helps you be comfortable, but remaining alert essentially is really important. I encourage you, if you can, to have a nice tall spine because it allows the breath to kind of flow really easily, and it's just kind of really good for you. But if that's not comfortable, you do whatever is going to work for your body today. So welcome. I am Jen with Laughing Lotus Wellness, and we are, like I said, going to delve into a self-awareness meditation this morning. So the first thing I usually like to do is start with just a few deep breaths to kind of release and get out any excess energy that we might be bringing to the table. It could be good or bad, either or, it doesn't matter, or indifferent. Just we want to kind of clear a space for our meditation to kind of be present and aware and create kind of a blank slate, I feel like, to have a different experience for ourselves when we go in to meditate. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with some deep breaths. So we're going to do a deep breath in and release, and a deep breath in and release, deep breath in and release. So shaking out any of that excess energy that you might have or be bringing with you today and releasing that, and then just coming to a comfortable breath. So just any day kind of normal breath that you would notice, you're just going to come to that and just spend a moment there. Just focusing on your breath coming in and going out. So self-awareness is one of the greatest steps we can take to learning about ourselves, the world, and our experiences. And if we are self-aware, we are much more capable of making decisions and saying and doing the things that we want to do versus sort of being reactive. And self-awareness, like I said, prompts our ability to know what we need and how to achieve that. It allows us to connect with others in a way that feels healthy and positive to us, or to deal with struggles more effectively as well. And self-awareness also begins with our bodies. Our bodies can be incredibly informative about how we are feeling, what we're thinking, as well as any just physical concerns that we might be having. So just breathing. Breath in, and breath out, and breath in, and breath out. Then we're going to start with a head to toe scan of our bodies. Just starting at the top of your head and noticing any either pain, discomfort, buzzing, numbness, lightness, peace, vibration, anything that you notice. And the one thing I'm going to encourage you to do is not to judge it, just notice what is there. So we're just going to focus on what is there. So what do you notice in your head? Start at the very top of your crown there. and scan downward. Top of your head, your forehead, your eyes, your nose and ears, your mouth and your chin, your throat. And just breathe. While you do that, just noticing what's happening in your body. Just tapping into whatever's there, just noticing it and just letting that go. So we'll start back at your throat and continue to move down into your chest, your shoulders, that whole kind of upper region that holds up your head. And it carries a lot of weight and burden sometimes. For some of us, we carry a lot of our stress there. So I just want you to pay special attention to that area and notice what might be taking place there. Is there any tension, strain, struggle, tightness? Or is it nice and relaxed? And just notice and breathe. And we'll go down the length of your arms at this point. Just focus on that part of your body that includes your tops of your shoulders, your upper arms, your elbows, your lower arms, your hands. And just paying attention to anything you might notice there. And breathe. Take a breath in and take a breath out. And we're going to go back up the arms, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, down to the chest. And we're just going to continue our scan downward. Sort of in that core of your body that spends a lot of time holding us up. Our spine, our stomach, ribs. There's just all these structures inside that do a lot of work and help hold us up. And I just want you to kind of take a minute and scan in there and see if there's any discomfort or disease or anything like that that you need to just focus on. Or if that feels at peace. And just notice that. Take a breath in and let that go. If there is any discomfort in any of the locations that we notice as we do our scan, I just want you to send your breath right to that place. So just notice that place without any judgment and just send your breath right to that spot. So now we're going to move our scan down into our abdomen, our intestine region, our hips, recognizing again all the work that happens in those places, much of it without our thinking about it, and just becoming aware of what sensations or feelings or thoughts that come up for you. And just notice that. And then release that with a breath. And trying to keep your awareness all the way from the top of your head down to each section as we break it down. Once we've paid attention to it, I want you to kind of hold it in your awareness. Then we're going to go down into our legs. upper legs, knees, calves. We're just going to notice that. Any body sensation. Just notice. And breathing in and breathing out. And we'll take our scan into our ankles and our feet, our toes. And just notice any sensation, vibration, energy, anything that's in those places. And just breathing. And I'm going to have you imagine the light at the top of your head, the crown of your head. And imagine that light scanning down through the top of your head, down into your throat, down into your chest, down into that core of your being, down into your abdomen and your intestines, right into your seat. And allow that light to go all the way down into your legs and permeate all the way to your toes. And just breathe. And now just notice what you feel like your body may need. Or what your emotions may need, what your thoughts may need. And just breathe into that space. And breathing in and release. Breathe in and release. And if nothing comes forward, that's okay. Don't fight that. Just let that be too. You may just need to be where you are. And sometimes when we slow down and really listen intuitively to ourselves, the information that we need is right there. And just breathing. And recognizing this ability that you have to slow down and take a breath and step back for self-awareness anytime, any day, any moment is so important. You always have the ability to do that. Breathe in and breathe out. And just beginning to wiggle your fingers and toes again. Open your eyes if they are shut. Just kind of coming back to awareness in the room with me. So as I like to finish my practice, I always kind of send an intention for that moment, for maybe that day. So you can do whatever you like. If you just want to stay seated and relaxed, that's fine. You can listen, or you're welcome to join me. Whatever is comfortable is fine. So I always like to think about my thoughts, that I just send good energy to my thoughts for the day. That for today, my focus will be on self-awareness. That whatever I become aware of in terms of my thoughts will be there for the highest good of all. That my words are also there for the highest good. That I might be aware of what kind of weight my words might carry. And that my words might be truthful and honest, loving and kind, supportive, necessary. And then my actions might also be full of self-awareness, that the things that I do when I relate to myself and others are full of self-awareness and love and compassion, peace, and sharing connections and stories. So whatever it is for you as you end your practice today, you just kind of set an intention for yourself, like, how am I going to take something away from this practice today? Namaste. And for those of you that only wanted to show up here for a meditation, that's lovely. You can sign out if you like. I just want to end with a couple of thoughts about self-awareness, because today we spent our meditation focused on our body's awareness, which is super important because our bodies tell us lots of things. Our bodies can tell us that we're actually really upset or hurting or emotional before our mind or our heart will make the connection. So it's really important to pay attention to all those parts. So the body's kind of the base. The truth is, though, is that self-awareness is so important on many levels. So if we are self-aware, we are more capable of making decisions that better serve us. And so the other day, I made a decision not to do my live post because I was not feeling like I was in the best space to do that. And so I made kind of a quick post and just talked about that. And that is a form of self-awareness. It was a self-awareness where I did not want to bring energy that I didn't feel was for the good of everyone and me to the table to do something like that. And so there's a lot of strength in working on listening to your intuition, listening to your energy, listening to your vibe, listening to how you feel physically. All those pieces are actually information for us. And so if we get good at listening to those and paying attention for that and to that, it can actually kind of guide us. And so rather than feeling like we're reacting, we can take a step back, sit with ourselves, ask ourselves questions to kind of get to the bottom of maybe where we're sitting with things. And sometimes if I still feel really stumped by that, I will pull a friend in or a family member and say, okay, I'm having kind of this, thing. I'm kind of feeling stuck. This is what I'm noticing. And sometimes that also really helps to kind of release that, just to talk to somebody and process about it out loud. So I also encourage you to do that. If you feel kind of like hung up and you're not exactly sure what's going on, but you kind of feel like something's amiss, sometimes it really does help to kind of put that out there. If you're more private and you're not sure, the other thing you can do is sit and journal, is just sit down with a pen and paper, pencil and paper, whatever kind of floats your boat, and just write. Don't worry too much about it being pretty. Don't worry about what the content is just write whatever comes to mind. And sometimes things will, like I said, strangely, when we're not fighting so hard to access something, if we can kind of let go, that information will just kind of come directly from us. And it'll come in the form of things that we do that are thematic, you know what I mean? So you'll find that you're kind of, maybe if you're having an edgy week, then there's something going on that might be sitting with you that's making you edgy. If you're feeling a little angry or edgy or sad or defeated, and sometimes our self-awareness is going to tell us that things are great, which is also good. So I don't want to say that self-awareness equals bad. Self-awareness equals our ability to sit with whatever's there. And so even in our bodies, we want to notice when things are right, when things are comfortable and at peace and at ease, and they're light and they're working and things are functioning. And then we just want to have gratitude that everything is working, right? So self-awareness is just kind of taking our own temperature, if you will, being our own barometer for where things are at for us emotionally. in our thoughts, physically, how are those things all combining? And am I showing up with my best self? Am I showing up to the game with good energy and vibrancy and vitality? Or am I showing up kind of feeling exhausted and tired and run down or angry or frustrated or whatever it might be? So it's just that ability to really sit with yourself and pay attention, listen, because your energy will tell you a lot of information if you can listen to that. Your self-awareness is super, super informative, and it allows you, like I said, to make better choices. So if I know I'm having a down day, I do things that support a down day, right? I might take a nap, I might call a friend, I might do some yoga. I could do something extra that I know is going to kind of help put some good energy back in. I could watch something funny. That's super great help. Or if I'm having a great day, then I would really harness that, and I would like work harder. I'd make some extra connections or tell stories or get out and be really active and do some things where I was sharing that. So it depends on where we are, right? So your self-awareness is like a knob, and you want to be able to use that. I either want to turn it up, and turning it up looks like these things for this day, and turning it down might look like this, and this is what I need. And so it's all about just listening to that instinct and energy that we have, that we're built with, we're wired for. And so I strongly encourage you guys to kind of get in touch with that. I think it can be incredibly informative and helpful, like I said. And it's just a place to start from. It's like a building block. And so we will always want to start with our self-awareness, and then our behavior and our actions can come from that space, having been conscientious about it versus just reactive, right? So there's a difference in really thinking about where we are and just doing stuff. And that's kind of really what we're looking at for this week. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the meditation. Thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, I hope this kind of helps you head into your week with a little bit different mindset, if not just your day. How can you be more self-aware today and being kind of able to be present to your body and your mind and your thoughts and your feelings, and just kind of see what happens and what comes up for you today, and if slowing down makes a difference in any of that, because I bet that it will. So anyway, thanks you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and stay tuned to subscribe if you'd like, because then when my meditations come out, you will get a notification that a new one is out. So have a great day, you guys. Happy Sunday.